Hey, and welcome to the head running walkthrough. So obviously it starts the same way as every single roll, and you just drink your potions, and then you pick up your potions, you run in. But once we get in, what we're going to do is we're going to be turning the head by creating an unbalance of players on each side. Ohm is going to target the side with the most players. If we were to stay on one of the sides, and there'll be two on one side and then one on the other, it won't turn the head at all. It'll just keep facing those two players. So you can see I spec the hand first, then I go to my roll. And you can see I've marked these two lines like I've shown in the video where the head running spots are, the edges for each side. You don't want to stand in the middle because you're going to take hits every time. I'm just dropping a potion here, but normally you'd stand on each side. So you can see on the left there, someone came into the middle and it pushed the head towards the middle. But apart from that, it's just never going to attack you. So here I get two attacks and then I move to each side. Move to the other side after two attacks. Super easy. Just dodging crystals, dodging specials, dealing with the abilities. Just ignore what the melee hand guy is doing. He's skipping, but just don't worry about it. So you have a really easy job. All you need to do is just keep going between those two. And you can see there I went into the middle spot, so I'm going to take a hit. But apart from that, it's fine. Now, this is where you could either run to Thumb, or when you get more experienced people, you can tell them to run onto you. And then you'll be able to go back to the other side of the head before the next attack. And ignore that as well. Just pay attention to me running when the head turns. There's going to be a few different movements where I'm deciding which way I want the head to face, and that has to do with the special attacks. But just don't worry about that. And you can see all I'm doing is just moving between the two. You really don't have to worry about much as a head runner. In fact, I'm pretty sure I'm alt-tabbed here. Yeah, I definitely am. My mouse isn't even on the screen. That's how easy it is. So you just have to dodge the special attacks or other attacks that people force towards you. Once you kill the mage hand, then you go into the melee hand. And then oh, that's my bad. And then yeah, you're just praying here, and don't mind what I'm doing here. This is basically skipping normal attacks. But you would just stand on the Thumb and you'd just be attacking. You wouldn't move at all. You can try to do this if you want. The easiest way to time it is as soon as the teleport finishes in your chat, just click over to the other side of the head and then come back. And then all it is two attacks, run to that side and run back. So we kill that hand, flip the map around. You can heal up, but generally you would heal up here, but because I have the Sang Staff, I choose not to. If you have a Sang Staff, you just take nowhere near as much damage. Now, if you're struggling with those roof crystals, there's actually a method I found out recently. You can walk in a 3x3 and avoid most of the crystals. So this plays out exactly the same way as the first phase. Spec once, go to my roll, and then all I need to do is force the head to face one direction, which is going to face left, and then I'm going to go right. Make sure you change your prayers and all that kind of stuff. Super easy. So I'm going to break him out of the fire. You just have to left click on it. Make sure you obviously have your water runes, but yeah, that's your job as the head runner because you can easily hit both sides. Now you may notice that I have a stamina in my inventory. I wouldn't bring one if you're new. Basically, you'll notice that when I do the melee hand, I run a lot, and that's what that stamina is for. So you don't want to bring one unless you know you need it for that kind of stuff to avoid damage. Otherwise, a brew would just be a lot better. Alright, so again, we're pretty close to being able to kill this hand, and then we'll switch back to the other hand again. And one of my friends on the right side is skipping, so normally he would be on the right side of the screen. There's really not much to it. And again, we've got to break him out of the firewall. I generally try to break them out on their side so they can go back to their side. It doesn't mess up the head. But if you really can't, just tell them what side. If I had chat on, it would have been like, go right, go right, go right, or exit left, or exit right, whatever. So yeah, we kill that hand, we switch back to our melee gear, we go back. And you would normally pray magic here, I'm just avoiding the attacks. And so when you get the teleports, you go to thumb. And you can avoid burn if you do it on the correct tick. When the teleport ends, burning can never hit you. So again, I tell my team exit left, and then I go this way. And then I'm getting pretty low, so you should always safe up around 70 when you're new. This is me being really dumb. There's no point to be this low health ever. Yeah. Essentially, I'm trying to go... what I want to do is I want to drop the all my healing potions for my allies, because they take a lot more damage because I'm running head. But sometimes it doesn't work out so well. Alright, so it's third phase. And as we know, in third phase, we spec the hand twice instead of once. And then we want to use our melee set. So I'm going to spec it twice. And again, I'm just avoiding auto attacks. You would just stand next to the hand. And then you just want to use your melee gear to damage the hand now until we get to teleports. So you can see even the mage guy is over here. And so we're going to get teleports in a second. And he's going to come over at the last second, and then we're going to go to our rolls after. And then that way we're not burning. And we failed the skip. So on the last phase, if you all run to the left side immediately after the teleports, you skip the healing phase. And so I tell him again to come out the left side. I should have done the right side, that would be easier. But also, he wanted to skip, so I put him on the left side. Don't worry anything about skipping. I'm just explaining why they do weird actions when normally you would just be standing still, or they would just be standing still. Now in the third phase, you know that the hands have to die at roughly the same time. I think it's like a minute that you have to kill the other one. It's probably not, it's probably like 30 seconds or something. You have to kill them both in between that time. And so the melee hand's about to die now. And so we want to just focus on the mage. I mean, you want to get the melee hand a little bit lower. Just avoiding the specials. Just keep running. You have to run the whole time. And then here I tell my friend to come on me. Nice. And then, so we don't have to run all the way to the thumb. Makes it a lot easier. But when you're learning again, just run to the thumb. Makes it so much easier. You don't have to think about anything. So we're starting to get the hands low now. Generally what happens is the mage hand gets down much lower, much faster. Depending on how good your players are, depending on what gear they have, all that kind of stuff. So, you always want to kill the melee hand first. So I've switched over just to make sure it dies. And so it's on its healing phase now. Because the melee hand can get a healing phase, that's why you want to kill the mage hand. Because if you make a mistake, you don't want to just straight up lose. So there we go. We switch to the mage gear after killing it. And then we switch to our range gear for the final fight. Oh, we didn't kill it. Okay, now we switch to our range gear. So here you want to use, when you're very, very new, I would use your crossbow for the first like 3 KC. If you're on 5 KC and you're still we gotta let him out of the fire. If you're on 5 KC and you're still using the crossbow, you probably need to start switching over to the blowpipe. And basically what that does is, if you're on one of the sides, or even if you're in the middle, it just means you have more of an option to avoid the attacks. So you can see those blue pools. I'm making a few mistakes here, a bit laggy. You can see my clicks are a bit slow. But those pools you want to stand on if they're in range. If they're on the complete opposite side, just don't worry about them. They take too much effort. And yeah, you just want to avoid the bombs so you can go over to one side. Sometimes you have to take a crystal hit. And you still want to safe up above 70 here, especially if you're new. And he's almost dead. Really fast dome head. Once you get some decent gear, like a T-bow or two and or Dragon Hunter crossbows, it just goes so fast. The other thing is, if you have newer players, I'm gonna let him out again. If you have newer players, quite often you'll have to run to each side to drop the potions. So what you would do is wait for the head to turn, and then on the next head turn, you would just quickly run to the other side, drop the potions, then come back to the middle, getting ready for the next head turn. Don't drop potions for everybody if you're really struggling on food, because you'll end up just dying yourself. It's not worth it. Yeah, so you just gotta stand 2 spaces away from the crystals. Wait till the head turns to go get the pulls if they're on the other side. Sometimes you have to just tank a hit or something. It caps out, its healing, sorry, Ohm's healing caps out at a certain amount, so if you hit too many pulls, you're not gonna get any more points for it healing. So just be careful of that, because we've had sometimes where people are trying to avoid the pools and it's like pool number 6. Well, he's way past that. And there we go. Easy. Super easy. Go get your reward, which is probably Lizard Man Fangs, because fuck you.